Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm getting ready to make Pico De Gallo, and these are the ingredients, which is just 4 ingredients: onions, tomatoes, jalapenos, and some cilantro. So first thing I'm going to do is chop my tomato into small pieces. I am going to remove the seeds as well because I do not want the seeds in my Pico De Gallo because it'll just create too much liquid for the Pico de Gallo. It's a very easy recipe. You can put this on top of anything. This is really, really good with tacos, rice, beans. If you like stuff that has spice and fresh flavors, this will go on top of it and you will just love it. You can put this on top of chips. There's so many things. It's endless of what you can do. It is really easy to make, so you could do it yourself instead of going to the store and buying it. And you can see me, it just takes a few minutes to cut up the tomatoes, and I am separating the seeds from the tomato. So now I'm going to work on my onion, and I'm trying to give everything into a fine dice. That way it's not small pieces. That way it is small pieces, but if you do like a chunkier Pico de Gallo, then make your pieces, when you're cutting your onion and tomato, just make them bigger. This is just a preference of for my family, and it seems to go well. It doesn't last but a couple of days in my fridge, so I continue to do what works. This will last if you put this Pico de Gallo in an airtight container. It will last up to a week in the refrigerator. And like I said, this is great for everything. If you're going to a party, they're serving something that tacos, chips, or whatever, bring this along. This is a great take along as well. And if you want it to be hot, I'm only using 2 jalapenos because that's as much heat that my family will stand. But if you want it hotter, go and add more jalapeno to it. Now I'm going to roughly chop off the tops of this cilantro, and I do not like the stems, so you're going to see me try my best to pick up all the stems from the cilantro because, yeah, I do not like the stems at all. And I don't want to put this in a food processor. I want it to have a rough chop. So you're going to see me do this for a few minutes until I can get it to where I want no more stems. And I probably could have did this beforehand, but this is the process of making Pico de Gallo. So I'm just going to give it a good chop. You don't have to be super fine, but a good enough chop. And the smell of all of these ingredients together already was just wonderful. The fresh herbs and everything is just great. You can see I'm just giving it a rough chop. Nothing fancy. Don't have to have great knife skills to do this. And I always, when I'm pushing my food aside, I always use the back end of the knife and not the actual blade, because when you're using the blade to like scoot your food aside on your board, you actually are dulling your blade. So here now I am cutting the jalapeno. I highly, highly, highly recommend putting a glove on while you're touching the jalapeno. I have done it without a glove, and if you do not scrub your hands like a surgeon, you will have problems with the scent of it left and get near your face and your skin. You do not want to not wear a glove. I've learned my lesson. I always wear a glove when I do the jalapeno or touching it. Now at this point too, if you wanted more heat as well, instead of taking out all the seeds like I'm doing, you can actually leave the seeds and it'll give you more heat as well. Like I said, I know the consistency that my family likes as far as heat is. I did leave some seed, but not all of them. But you go right ahead. If you like the heat, leave the seeds in, because that'll give you the heat. And these I've chopped as small as I possibly can, without cutting my finger, of course. I don't like wearing a glove because it is kind of hard to work with, but I also know I don't want that in my eye or on my face. And I have a tendency, when I'm cutting jalapeno, I always touch my face afterwards, and that's a big red no, no, no. So always please put a glove on. And it's super easy. You see, it's going to be done in a matter of 5-6 minutes. And you have a fresh Pico De Gallo. And here it is, completed. I'm just giving it a good mix. I do not add any salt, anything to it. It's just the cilantro, tomato, onion, and the jalapeno. And I'm giving it a good mix. You can actually give it a taste if you want to see if you have enough jalapeno in it. At this point, that is fine too. And I think I did give it a taste to see if it did have enough heat, because we want the heat, but we don't want it to be overpowering. So this came out perfect actually. And this is the finished product. I'm going to put this in an airtight container and put in my fridge, and then we're having tacos for the week. So we are in the week, and we are going to use this as a topper. Doesn't that just look gorgeous? I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.